Hi YouTube, how you doing? Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. So today I got a special one for you. Me and my wife are on vacation visiting London. This is my first time, her second time. And I am sitting in a park across the street from Amy Winehouse's house where she passed away in Camden Square. Now, she passed away at the age of 27. She joined the 27 Club, a bunch of musicians, artists, actors, actresses who passed away at the age of 27. Not a great club to be a part of, but unfortunately she is. Her parents divorced when she was 9 years old, and her dad, I believe he was a taxi cab driver, and he had infidelity issues. He didn't come back into her life until she came out with her first album. I don't know, I hate to say it, but maybe her dad didn't have her best interest in mind. He came back when she had money and fame. He was her manager. She wrote Rehab after she talked to him, and he said that he didn't think she needed rehab. She wasn't that bad off. So that's kind of what the song was about. I've read she struggled with mental health. She was an alcoholic. Her husband got her into drugs. Weighed 100 pounds when they found her. Her brother said she struggled with bulimia most of her life, I believe starting at the age of 14. Just lots and lots of issues, but very, very talented songwriter and singer. She had a one-of-a-kind voice, in my opinion. You don't find those voices too often. Sitting at a park, like I said, across the street from her house. It's very peaceful here. There's pigeons flying around. They're actually behind me right now. I'll show some pictures, maybe some video of them flying. I do want to show you. So here's the park. I was sitting here on this bench. There's lots of pigeons. These pigeons are just flying pretty much from this little courtyard back into this park. There was a man here feeding them earlier. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice, quiet, peaceful. Seemed like a great place to live. Now, Amy was married for a couple of years to Blake Fielder Civil. There was plenty of abuse, oftentimes by her. She is quoted as saying when she would drink too much, he would say something she didn't like. She would punch him in the chin. There's a time where they were both photographed, bruised and bloody after one of their altercations. It just sounds like a very toxic and abusive relationship that I don't want to say contributed to her substance use, whether alcohol or drugs. Now, her estate was left to her parents. It would have been left to her parents, spouse, and children had she had any children or a spouse at the time of her death. She was in a relationship up until her death, but it was not with her husband, it was with someone else, and they were not married. There's reports that they wanted to get married and have children together, but unfortunately that didn't come to fruition due to her early death. There's also a report of her maybe wanting to adopt a 10-year-old from another country towards the end. However, those reports were denied by her estate, her father. But I guess she became close with this 10-year-old girl and maybe wanted to adopt her, but there's no real proof to that besides what the 10-year-old girl and her grandmother was said. But either way, it sounds like maybe she was a mentor to her. It did sound like she wanted her own children, but unfortunately it never came to be. Yeah, it's just very unfortunate. She had a lot of talent. She was nominated for 69 different awards, nominated for 9 Grammys, won 6 Grammys, Album of the Year for Rehab, Song of the Year for Rehab, just various awards.
And the Grammy goes to Amy Winehouse.
It's just really, really sad that, a lot of these stars and musicians, they have their ailments, they have their own demons that they're dealing with, and you just never know. But I know towards the end there were signs that she had some drinking issues. I know there was a performance where she had fallen on stage because she was too drunk to be there. The fans were booing her. She got up, she tried to continue on. It was just turned into a tragic end. Now, her ex-husband Blake did say that Amy and him would cut themselves if they're having withdrawals or having maybe times where they weren't getting high, trying not to get high. That was their kind of outlet, is I guess to cut themselves, to try and push through being sober. Jeez, sorry. I thought somebody was running behind me, but it was a squirrel knocking over a can. That squirrel scared the shit out of me. That's the one that knocked over a can right behind me. Oh, look, he's going in the trash can. A couple days before her passing, she had seen her doctor, had a checkup. Her bodyguard stayed with her the last couple of days, said that she was acting intoxicated. She talked to her mother 2 days before she died. Her mother said the same thing. Her bodyguard checked on her during the night. At 10 a.m., he saw her laying in a position, but, just assumed she was sleeping because she was not an early riser. That was typical for her to still be asleep at 10 a.m. He went back at 3 p.m. She was still in the same position. He checked on her. That's when he noticed that she wasn't breathing. He called the authorities. By the time the ambulance got here, it was 3:54 p.m. and that's where she was pronounced dead. So right across the street is this tree where you can see a lot of fans have put up, flowers and trinkets and notes to Amy. And then right across the street from that tree is her house. You can see writing all over her wall, the front wall here, in front of the house. Now, they did say that Amy had been the happiest of her life right before she had passed. She did have 4 years of sobriety, but it just was something that she dealt with for a while, and unfortunately, that's what she succumbed to. But like I said earlier, her brother, Alex, believed bulimia had something to do with it as well. She only weighed 100 pounds when she passed away. I assume her blood alcohol content was really high because of how small she was and how much she drank, but I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to say that's exactly what it was. So we'll go ahead and go across the street and I'll get a closer look.
village we hoped we'd never see. Amy Winehouse has left her London home for the last time.
Alright, so I've traveled not too far. I'm in Edgware, London, to Edgwarebury Cemetery, here to pay my respects to Amy Winehouse. I got here when it opened, woke up at 5:30 this morning. It opens at 8 o'clock, so I wanted to get here when it opened. I actually got here at 7:30. I was waiting around, so I went and talked to the front. The gentleman in the front were really nice gentlemen, so they actually walked me over here to Amy's grave. But anyway, I wanted to pay my respects to Amy and show you all where she's buried. It's a lovely little cemetery here. Actually, I'm just getting some raindrops. It's starting to rain. However, this morning when I was walking up here, I was sweating, so it's nice to get a little bit of raindrop and let it cool off a little bit. So right behind this brick building here is the entrance. Just beyond this big green tree, there's a little bit of a walkway, and that's the entrance to the cemetery. You'll make your way down here, not too far in, and Amy is right here in front of me. It says, "On loving memory of Cynthia Levy. That's Amy's grandmother, the one that she had tattooed on her arm. And it says, "And her beloved granddaughter Amy Jade Winehouse. The 14th of September 1983 to the 23rd of July 2011, forever in the hearts of their devoted family, Mitch and Jane, Janice and Richard, Melody and Elliot, and Alex," and I can't read Alex's wife's name, but Alex is her sister, is Amy's brother. Show you a little closer here. So as you can see, plenty of fans have left items for her. Rocks with, writings on them. "To Amy, I love you so much. Too soon. Rest in peace, Amy." Down here you'll see Amy Winehouse, 1983 to 2011, loved and missed by all her fans. Rest easy, Angel. Lots and lots of rocks and items, flowers. It's really a quiet, peaceful cemetery. Not that most cemeteries aren't quiet and peaceful, but it's really nice here. This is a Jewish cemetery. I'm going to show you kind of the surrounding area here. Now, a few things I wanted to mention was after Amy's death, her dad wrote a memoir, her mom did, and her brother did. They started the Amy Winehouse Foundation. Her brother runs the foundation. Now, I did just notice that somebody left a Sharpie here, and there's a bunch of rocks that are blank, so I decided to pick up the Sharpie and just write a little message. So I just left her a little rock that says, "Rest in peace, Amy." Somebody left a Sharpie, and there's plenty of rocks here, so just wanted to pay my respects along with everyone else. So that'll conclude our video on Amy Winehouse. I showed you her house where she passed away, her memorial outside of her house, her gravesite. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment on this video if you enjoyed yourself. And you can also find me on Instagram as seen by Dave, all one word. Thanks so much for watching, and rest in peace, Amy.